my presentation that actually deals with a very fundamental question: cement IT. You know, all the audience here is architects. They will blame me because, you know, usually the expansion of cement gives business to the architects and the civil engineers, and I might be professional, so might be a conflict of interest on that. But in any case, I will do my best to cover both worlds because already needed. So the airports nowadays, they're struggling with, let's start with the same challenges. And the challenges, as you can see, is significant passenger growth. People are traveling, commuting from country to country. You know, in Europe, it's very, very common now to fly from in EU, one for a daily flights in order to work in another country, because we're very, very close together, and it's very easy to travel, work, let's say, stay in Greece and work in Germany. So it can be even with daily flights. So the traffic is increasing, tourists are coming. I see a lot of Indians coming to the Greek islands and spend their summer here. So this is fantastic. GMR also wants to invest in a Greek Greek airport in Crete. So it will be fantastic also to blend these two cultures. However, you know, the capacity is limited and it's very, very expensive to expand an existing terminal. So then what you do? You either wait and the people are suffering, or you try to introduce some modern technologies in order to do that. Especially with this cement, that means high costs. It takes at least billions, 2 or 3 billions to expand a European terminal, 6-7 years to implement. The environmental impact is huge. And even in that case, there are strict capacity limitations. You design, as the architect said, an airport for 20 million, then you go to 40 million, then you go to 50 million. But each phase requires a lot of effort, money, and I would say this is a disaster for the customer experience, because in most brownfield airports, you do constructions during operations. And this is the nightmare for customer experience. Ms. Rilata is talking about customer experience. Have you been in a terminal during construction? This is a nightmare. And honestly, that's why we need to discuss about technology, because technology is fast. It takes 1 or 2 years to implement a full seamless travel concept in an airport. Compared to the construction, it's cheap. And most important, usually the IT guys, they're taking all the work underneath the operation. So nobody understands, apart from some small installations of beacons or whatever, of checking counters, automated and biometrics. So the, let's say, the nuisance to the passenger is extremely limited. And that's why, as an IT expert, and now, you know, AI is fully in the blown, everybody talks about AI, but nobody knows what to do with the AI. And this is really, really the practice. And nobody knows how to implement the AI and what does it mean in an airport business. So how we can use smartly the AI to increase the capacity, to boost the capacity. And there are studies that have been securing an increase 15 to 20% of the capacity, just making the right investments in systems. And which systems? Passenger flow management. This system is fundamental, and now it's implemented through different technologies, through video analytics, through beacons, through low radiation data that gives you which is the right flow in order to follow for the passengers not to face congestion. This is done because, you know, in every airport, there are a huge amount of data analytics data. And this data, now with the AI, it's so much fast to be analyzed. We don't need, let's say, thousands of business analysts and tools in order to create a graph. Now you go to the AI, you say, I need to increase the capacity by 20%. Give me the right flow. And this is done instantly. This is, I would say, a disruptive technology, and not many airports have realized so far. That goes not only in the terminal operations, but also to the land side and the runways, resource allocation optimizations. There are, several concepts, the ACTM, total airport management. What they do, very simple. They collect data from building automation system, from CCTV in the apron, from CCTV inside the terminal. And they combine this data in order to make decision making. It's fantastic. You say there are delays from the tower, and there will be 3, 4 aircraft that will come simultaneously. Which is the best way? Which is to allocate? Which resources are to allocate? How many resources I need to allocate? Before, this was done manually. Now the airport operational department, and especially the AOC, the Airport Operational Center, will have the use of AI to make smart decisions and fast. Of course, it's a common, let's say, secret that might reduce the need of people. That's why not many airports are telling that, because you won't need 20 controllers of the AODP. You can do it with 1 or 2 who will make the decision. However, most European airports, like including Munich, they are very reluctant to implement these systems for other reasons, not reasons of technology. This is very important to understand. And last but not least, operational disruption prediction. Very fast. There is a hurricane. There is a snowstorm. I think in India you have a lot of rainstorms, not snowstorms, and the operation is disrupted, and the people, they have to stay inside the terminal, and the land side is blocked. Then you need to have smart solutions to allocate, let's say, the excess traffic, and this is done very easily with the AI. Significant benefits: fast, cheaper, and a lot of operational gains immediately. You don't have to wait 8 years. Another limitation of the cement is very static. You build 2 gates, 3 gates, that's it. You cannot enhance more, and it's very costly to do that. AI brings also an element of passenger experience, especially with the biometrics. Now you have to show your passport, you wait in queues, you go to the X-rays. Actually, in Europe, I don't know how it's in India, you take out your shoes, you go to the X-rays, you're almost naked, and this is a very big disruptions with the AI. This can be automated, and you just put your face, and seamlessly you go to the gate. And this is the reality. This is now many European airports are implementing that. I hope also to be doing this, let's say, beta testing and in India for this seamless travel concept. And IATA is embracing the technology as a framework, and this is really important to see that there are already standardization of the biometrics and the one ID identity in several European airports, including German airports like in Berlin. They have already implemented a biometric one ID technology and Schiphol, and that really improves and the operational efficiency and the customer experience, and of course the capacity. Also, IATA embraced the open API integration in order to be able all the systems and to have open AIs in order to incorporate the different data in their database, and then to be able to utilize very easily and be compatible for all the users. This is really important. That's why you see more and more application in the smart modes collecting data from the AODP seamlessly and really fast. So, case studies, because this is not science fiction. We're talking about now Toronto Airport had a huge problems in capacity, and they implemented $2 million, I think $2-3 million dollars investment for introducing the biometric system, introducing IoT sensors for predictive maintenance, and implementing a flow management systems utilizing XOVIS. And that really, they make studies that brings a return on investment in 3 to 5 years from the increased revenues from the capacity. Singapore, I think this is closer to you. You know Changi is one of the best airports in the globe. For T5 new terminal, they have designed 3-4 systems, including Airport 360, to implement this seamless travel concept and all these data analytics. The design is in place. Arup, McDonald's, or the contractor, they're doing the design, and very soon, these systems will be fully operational in T5. So Singapore investing, Boston investing, a lot of European airports, they have digitalization programs in place, and they're making that in the next 5-6 years, it will be a reality, not just a future. So, as a summary, high returns of investments with the IT, fast, not so capital intensive, quick deployment of technology, enhanced passenger experience from day one, competitive market position for all airports that are utilizing the smart technologies. As a conclusion, a brownfield airport is a challenge itself. However, with the proper use of technology, you can make it a competitive advantage for the customer and also for the stakeholders. Thank you so much.